Hi, my name is Luke Palmer, and I'm the race director for this year's Cairns Airport IRONMAN 70.3 Cairns. A huge welcome to this year's athlete briefing. Just like to take this opportunity for the acknowledgement of country. The Cairns Airport Ironman Asia Pacific Championship Cairns event respectfully acknowledges that this event is held on the traditional lands of the Yirraganji and the Gimoy Wallabara Edinji people and pays respect to the elders both past, present and future. I'd like to introduce you to the team this week. Myself, Luke Palmer, as the race director representing Ironman, Steve Arnold, who is the race referee representing Triathlon Australia, and Peter Aldridge, the technical delegate, also representing Triathlon Australia. A little bit of how we're going to operate this briefing today. The contents include the event schedule, athlete items, course reviews, and post-race schedule. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of it though, I'd just like to take this opportunity to remind you that the Athlete Information Guide is the go-to place for everything up to date surrounding this event. Please make sure you thoroughly read and understand the AIG before you get here, and it will make your experience in Cairns a whole lot better. Now, going over our event schedule, it is jam-packed, so I'm just going to give you the top line events that you don't want to miss while you're on the ground. Thursday, the 9th of June, 7:55 a.m, kicking things off with a race start with the Quicksilver Green Island Swim, the first of 3 festival events throughout the weekend. 9 a.m, event information, expo, and official Ironman merchandise store opens, as well as our allocated athlete check-in. 1 p.m, we also have our massage opening. Friday, the 10th of June, the second of our festival events, the Couch Charity Fun Run. This race start is at 7:35 a.m. 9 a.m. we have our allocated athlete check-in opening, as well as our event information, expo, and official Ironman merchandise store. We also have our massage, followed by 1:30 p.m. our Pillar Performance Pro panel, 2 p.m. a not to be missed event with the Ironman in Australia Hall of Fame inductee taking place in the Festival Village. From 2:30 p.m. first timers Q&A with the Hall of Fame inductee sticking around to answer some of your questions. That will be hosted by myself and Pete Murray. And then at 3 p.m. we will have some live music to round off your day. Heading on through to Saturday, the 11th of June, things really start to ramp up on our schedule. I'll run through our bike transfer service as well as our shuttle bus service in greater detail later on in this presentation, but for now, I'll just give you the top line information that you need to know. 8 a.m. till 11 a.m. bike transfers to Palm Cove begin. 8 a.m. till 2 p.m. we have our shuttle service going from Cairns to Palm Cove. At 8 a.m. till 4:30 p.m. our compulsory run bag drop-off, that is in T2 in Cairns, Fogarty Park. 8 a.m. till 4:30 p.m. the compulsory bike racking, that is also in T1 Palm Cove. 8 a.m. we have our Iron Kids Cairns race start, that is the third of our festival events. 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. your last chance to get any soreness out of the way with our massage tent opening. 8:45 a.m. till 5:15 p.m. we have our shuttle service, that is from Palm Cove to Cairns. 9 a.m. our athlete check-in, event information, expo and official Ironman merchandise store is opening. And then 9:30 a.m. our transition tours begin, that is in both T1 in Palm Cove and T2 in Cairns. Moving over to Sunday, the big day, race day, June 12 on Sunday. 4 a.m. till 4:30 a.m. we have our shuttle bus service from Cairns to Palm Cove beginning. From 5 a.m. till 6:35 a.m. we have our transition opening. We also have your street gear drop-off opening, that is on the way up to your swim start. 6:35 a.m. age group rolling race start begins. 9 a.m. till 12:40 we have our massage opening also, and that is 12:40 the following morning. 10 a.m. we have our event information expo and official Ironman merchandise store opening. 10:40 a.m. we have our first age group race finish, and then 2 p.m. we have our transition opening for bike collection. Finishing off race week, we also have on Sunday the 12th of June our 5:30 p.m. 70.3 presentations. as well as at 6:15 p.m. we have our 70.3 World Championship roll down ceremony. These events are not to be missed in a sensational way to cap off your race day. Now moving on to your race kit, there are some items that you must check and make sure that you do have when you're picking up your race kit from check-in. These include your wristband, your tattoo number, your race bib number, the bike seat post number. You'll have 2 helmet stickers. You will also have 3 bag stickers, a bike pump sticker, as well as your swimming cap. The 3 bags you should also be collecting are your T1 blue bike bag, your T2 red run bag, as well as your street gear bag. As a result of having 2 transitions, there are some logistical things that you must be aware of and know before getting to your race. As I mentioned earlier, I'll go through these. These are your bike transfers from Cairns to Palm Cove, as well as our shuttle bus services getting you from Cairns to Palm Cove safely on both Saturday and Sunday. I'll start with our Transition 1 bike transfers. Your bike transfer location is in the bus parking zones on Pier Point Road. This is adjacent to your Transition 2 at Fogarty Park in Cairns. Your bike transfer check-in time is Friday between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. or Saturday between 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. Bookings are essential for this service. You'll be able to drop your bike on a bike rack in Fogarty Park. From there, volunteers will put this into a truck and your bike will be safely transported from Cairns all the way up to Palm Cove, where you will meet it on Saturday at the rack already placed for you. Now that your bike has been taken from Cairns all the way through to Palm Cove and racked at your allocated racking sticker, we'll move through to your bike bag check-in. Your bike bag check-in location is in T1 at the caravan park there, situated in Williams Esplanade. Your check-in time is on Saturday the 11th between 8 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. or Sunday the 12th between 5 a.m. and 6:35 a.m. when transition is open on race morning. Shuttle bus to Palm Cove. This takes off from the Reef Fleet Terminal in Cairns. That is from 8 a.m. till 2 p.m. Bookings are essential for this service. And then your trip back from Palm Cove to Cairns, this takes off from Palm Cove Surf Lifesaving Club in Palm Cove, and it is operating between 8:45 a.m. and 5:15 p.m. Now on the other side of the equation, your transition to run bag check-in. Your run bag check-in location is at Fogarty Park in Cairns, and your check-in time is Saturday the 11th between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. This is compulsory on this Saturday, as you will not be able to access this on Sunday. Now to a really important piece of equipment, your timing chips. These will be distributed at check-in marquee after you have checked in for your race. Ensure that these are securely fastened and wear on your left ankle during the race, and timing chips must be turned back in after competing or after finishing. Any lost timing chips will incur a fee if lost. No timing chip equals no validation of completing the course, which means no race time. Please advise event personnel if you have lost your timing chip at any time, and a spare will be issued. Most importantly, if withdrawing mid-race, please hand back to an event staff member or preferably at the information tent. Now for this event, we do have our bike mechanics, who are a premium service supplied by Pump and Pedals. They will be available on Saturday during your bike check-in, also race morning while transition is open on Sunday. They'll then go out on course where they'll be both mobile and stationary. Where possible, please be self-sufficient in bike repairs. Also, please be patient, as there is a lot of athletes out on course. Bike mechanics can get very busy at times. They'll endeavour to get to you as quickly as possible. Our race morning shuttle service. This is highly recommended that you use this service on the Sunday morning to get to your race start on time. It'll alleviate any nerves. It's extremely professional and quick service with a heap of buses round robining from Cairns into Palm Cove. It is extremely limited parking in Palm Cove, so yes, it is highly recommended you do utilise this service. The shuttle bus location leaves from the Reef Fleet Terminal, the same place where you would have caught your shuttle service the previous day to get into Palm Cove. Shuttle bus times for athletes, 4 a.m. till 4:30 a.m. If you do have spectators coming with you, they will leave 5:20 a.m. till 6:20 a.m. Bookings are essential. Race morning. With all the nerves and excitement, please ensure that you thoroughly inspect your pack before going up to Palm Cove. Ensure that you have your helmet with sticker, your wristband, your athlete tattoo on, and your bike pump with its sticker, as well as your street gear bag and T1 bag if you haven't dropped it off on this Saturday. There will be compulsory helmet checks, and bike access times are available from 5 a.m. till 6:35 a.m. in T1. You're able to place any food there, pump up your tyres from the day before. Street gear bag drop-off time is 5 a.m. till 7 a.m. You'll find your way there if you leave Transition 1 and you head south towards the swim start. The water is currently sitting at around 26 degrees. This means it will be a wetsuit optional swim. Official wetsuit decisions will be announced on race morning. They will be given to you via our commentators down on site and also through our social media channels. So before we get into our course previews, there are a couple of rules that you must be familiar with. So our 2022 rules and regulations are the responsibility of our athletes. These can be found again in the athlete information guide, so please make sure you are well aware of these before coming to your race. It is the responsibility of athletes to know and follow the course. All course maps are clearly outlined again in our athlete information guide. Moving on to our swim map and transition number 1 info. So our 70.3 course is a 1 lap 1.9 kilometer course. There will be no official swim warm-ups, and it is a rolling start from the beach. Please line up according to swim time. Fastest swimmers will be going first. This is so to ensure your safety and ease of flow around the swim course. There'll be a shower available right before entering the transition area. And then please continue straight into the caravan park once you have exited your swim. Teams are also to meet at the rack to swap their timing chips over. Your swim course, from swim start, you head around the Ironman entry gate. This is the only buoy that is going to be on your right hand shoulder. All other buoys will be on your left hand shoulder. You move around swim buoy 1, swim buoy 2, all the way through to turning buoy 3. From there you continue straight ahead to the final Ironman finishing buoy and to your finish line. Water safety is provided by North Queensland Surf Life Saving Service, as well as the magnitude of surf life saving clubs ranging from Cairns all the way up to Port Douglas. A few pointers on swim safety: if you do require assistance throughout the swim, please make sure you raise your arm, yell out to one of the resources who are out in those IRBs or on those paddleboards. If there is to be a swim cancellation, officials will provide you with information via Transition PA if required, and then we'll let you know what the next steps are from there. Race withdrawal instructions. In the event you are withdrawing from the race, please make yourself known to the Ironman team and state your intentions to withdraw. Alternatively, please present to information and inform the Athlete Services team. Please then surrender your timing chip so we know you are not still on the course. Now on to your bike course review. We do have every 30 kilometers marked on course, so you do know where you are throughout that time. There are 4 aid stations. These are approximately 20 kilometers apart. As I mentioned earlier, we do have roaming bike mechanics, and there will be 2 penalty boxes. One at Rex's Lookout heading southbound, and one at the Esplanade in Cairns. So as you exit Palm Cove, you will turn left onto the Captain Cook Highway before making a slight U-turn, heading then north all the way up to around about 3 kilometers north of Thala Beach. This is where our 70.3 northern turn is. You then ride all the way south to Palm Cove. Once you hit Palm Cove, please make sure you continue all the way through. It is a 1 lap for 70.3 athletes. New section in this year's course, we will now turn left onto Reed Road and head down Smithfield Village Drive. Until you get to Yorkeys Knob Road, You head up Yorkeys Knob and then left onto the Captain Cook Highway and proceed all the way through to your transition in Cairns. Our aid stations for this year's bike course, as I mentioned, there are 4 aid stations. Each of them will have the following products. We'll have water, electrolyte, which is Gatorade, our food, which is Morton's gels and High Five bars. Again, if you missed your electrolyte and water the first time through, we'll also have a second electrolyte and water offering. There are toilets and there is also a waste discard zone, which you must use to discard your waste while riding the bike course. Aid Station 1, lap 1 is 18 kilometers. Aid Station 2 at the 35.8 kilometer mark. Aid Station 3, 57.2 kilometers, and Aid Station 4 is at the 79.4 kilometer mark. Moving through to drafting, blocking, and passing. This is a non-drafting race, which means you must keep 12 meters from the bike in front of you. This 12 meters is measured from the athlete's front wheel to your front wheel. Riding in the passing lane in the right after completing a pass can result in a blocking penalty. You must pass on the right hand side if you're an athlete. If you have started your pass, you must complete this pass in 25 seconds to be completed. When overtaken or passed, athletes must then drop back 12 meters. Penalties that can be incurred out on course will be for drafting, blocking, illegal passing, and for littering. There are 3 different types of penalties given. We have a 60-second time penalty, a 5-minute time penalty. These both are served at the penalty boxes, or you can be given a red card, which is a disqualification. As mentioned, the 2 penalty boxes are at Rex's Lookout and the Esplanade before entering T2 in Cairns. This map, you'll follow the blue line, which stands for your bike course. Once you come down the Esplanade in Cairns, you'll dismount your bike at the dismount line. Please run through transition into the green lines you will follow for the 70.3 race. You will be racking your own bikes at your racks. Once you have racked your bike, please then follow the green lines down towards your run course, where you will then exit your transition and begin your run. Your run transition bags will be at your rack and they must stay there where you can collect them on the Monday. If you're in your team's area is going to be at the back of the transition. There will be a team's changeover area where you meet the next athlete for the leg and give them their timing chip. Both the 70.3 individuals and 70.3 teams will have their own water and electrolyte stations that they can use before heading out onto the run or to recover once you've finished your bike in the teams. Now moving on to our run course review. The run course is a 2-lap, 21.1 kilometer course which goes in an anti-clockwise direction. A few quick tips. As you come out of transition, please take a right up the footpath. You will then head out towards the marina and Sailfish Keys. You head back down past the finish line and then head north out towards Airport Avenue, where you will turn at the northern run turn. Once turned, you will come back south, following directions through to the Cairns Esplanade. Complete your second lap. Once you have completed your second lap, please head to the finish line. There will be no lap bands at this event, so please come prepared with a way that you can count your laps while out on course. We do have 4 aid stations. These are approximately 2 kilometers between each aid station. Run Aid Station 3 is the only food aid station out there which contains Red Bull, bananas, lollies, Vegemite, cookies and pretzels, although every aid station will have bars and gels. Your kilometer markers are approximately every 2 kilometers apart. Each of our aid stations will have a similar product offering. They'll have water, we'll have electrolyte, which is a Gatorade or cola. We'll have food, so every aid station will have Morton's gels and High Five bars. Again, electrolyte, if you do miss your first offering, electrolyte and cola, there is a secondary offering of that and water. We will also have toilets and a waste discard area. To go through our aid station kilometre markings out on course. Lap 1 is a double-sided aid station 1. You'll hit at 0.5 and 2.8 kilometres, and on lap 2 you will hit that at 11 and 13.3 kilometres. Aid station 2 is a single-sided aid station. You'll hit that at the 1.2 kilometre and 11.7 kilometre mark. Aid station 3 is our food aid station. This is a double-sided aid station which you'll hit at 4.3 kilometres, 9 kilometres, 15 kilometres and 19.6 kilometres. Aid station 4 is a single-sided aid station that you will hit at 7.4 kilometres and 17.8 kilometres. Our festival, event village and finish line precinct is going to be absolutely buzzing at this event. I'm very excited to see it in action. Moving up to the Western Events Lawn on the northern end of this map, we have our stage which hosts a lot of our functions, including our Hall of Fame, Pro Pillar Performance and First Timers Q&A. We have a check-in marquee and merchandise marquee there, as well as our Expo precinct. Moving further down on this map, you'll find our event information marquee, as well as our event massage. Further down still, just above transition 2, we have our volunteers, marquee. Moving north up the page now towards our finish line precinct and recovery area. At our finish line, we have VIP down one side. We have our couch charity partners on the other side, as well as a stage. This stage will be hosting our Ironman Pro presentations, as well as a DJ throughout the night. Moving through to our recovery area. So we have our big recovery marquee back. Also have our gear bag area, as well as a change tent and medical if you do need that. Our finish line precinct. So the finish line volunteers will meet you and briefly assess you and take you to the medical tent if required. You'll be presented with your finisher's medal and towel post-finish once you go underneath the arch. Please make sure you take off your timing chip and head to the recovery area. You will need to take this off yourself and there'll be a timing chip collection point. Your recovery area will offer food and drink for athletes, and then you'll be able to collect your street gear bags and ready for pickup. The finish line is for athletes only. Any family members, friends that do come down that finish line with you, you will be disqualified unless you are a part of a team. Team members are allowed to come down as one bunch in the 70.3 teams category. The following cutoff times are for all athletes across the race. Your cutoff times go from your race time. So should an athlete be unable to reach one of these cutoff times, they will no longer be able to continue racing. Race results will be classified as a did not finish or DNF. Your swim, you have 1 hour and 10 minutes to complete. Your swim and bike collective, you have 5.5 hours to complete. And your swim, bike and run will leave you with 8.5 hours to complete the total race. Your total race time starts from when you cross the swim start mat. For specific course timings, please head over to the AIG and make sure you are familiar with these before starting your race. We do have first aid and QAS medical team at this event. The medical team will be on site at venues and also on course. Priority number 1 in a medical is to look after yourself. If it is an incident involving other people, please look after those around you once you have looked after yourself and it is also safe to do so. Lastly, get help. Let event staff know if you need medical assistance. They will be busy throughout this event, so please make sure you let event staff know the seriousness of your conditions so that we can prioritize accordingly. Our volunteers do a fantastic job at this event and we would not be able to run it without them. We have 1,000 volunteers from the local community who support this race. They will be wearing red shirts, so when you're on course, please make sure to give them a high five, thank them, as they do an amazing job for the athletes out there while on course. The awards ceremony is back. It's going to be on Sunday, the 12th of June, post-finish at the Festival Village in Cairns. So the awards will kick off at 5:30 p.m, followed by the roll down at 6:15 p.m. If you have placed in your top 3 and can't attend, please let Ironman staff know. The Ironman 70.3 World Championships will this year be held in St. George, Utah in the USA. They will be on the 28th and 29th of October 2022. The slot allocations for this event will be given away on Sunday the 12th of June at 6:15 p.m. in the Festival Village in Cairns. There is 45 age group qualifying slots for this race, and you must be present when your name is called to claim your slot. So please make sure you're at least 15 minutes early. Photo ID is required to register, and please be prepared to pay the $550 plus taxes and active processing fees. MasterCard is accepted, checks and cash will not be accepted. Lastly, I just want to wish all of our Cairns Airport Ironman 70.3 Cairns athletes a huge good luck. I'm really stoked to be your race director for this event, and I can't wait to see you all at the finish line. It's going to be spectacular.